Welcome, everyone, to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. We are underway, getting started as early as possible. Stadium lights are on. Usually, the element that we are battling here is the humidity, the sunshine that makes us all boil. But instead, we've got rain. Tarps are up. We've got a covering here. My scorebook is not complete. It's got a lot of raindrops on it, but we are underway here from Spanish River High School. Johnny Lopez at the plate, swing and a miss. We've got Jacob Gomberg rather, on the hill for the Xtreme. So today, it's the Palm Beach Xtreme, 20-2 on the season. 20, that's in the North Division, and 24-3 overall. Best record in the league. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 1 for Gomberg.
Number 4, the center fielder from Cleveland State Community College, Nate Severance.
Nate Severance will come to the plate for the Hooks. Now, the Fort Lauderdale Hooks, they're in the South Division, and they're in third place right now, tied with the X team. Show and bunt first pitch. That'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes. 11-11 in the South Division, the Hooks are. 12-11 overall. So the Hooks, they're battling for that third and final spot in the playoffs, which will happen later this season. And later this season will be in a couple of weeks, if you can believe that. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. We've got 1 away for the Hooks. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Another swing and a miss, 2-2 with 1 away. Taking a look at the Hooks lineup, well, Lopez led things off and he went down swinging, so there's 1 out and a strikeout for Gomberg. Now, the Xtreme rather, pitcher is working on Severance. He'll get another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts here, and that'll bring up Alvarez.
Number 5, the third baseman from State College of Florida, Andrew Alvarez.
So Andrew Alvarez will step in, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Hooks. Following Alvarez will be the first baseman, Ryman, then batting 5th for the Hooks. Pitch delivered, 0-1 is Agate. Agate will bat in the 5th slot. Pratt will bat in the 6th slot. He's the designated hitter. Agate is the catcher for the Hooks. Inside, that'll miss, 1-1 the count. Hernandez will bat 7th for the Hooks. He's the left fielder. The extra hitter is Trolonga here today. The right fielder, Dunn, will bat 9th for the Hooks, and batting 10th is the second baseman, Monochio. So Lopez, Severance, Alvarez, Ryman, Agate, Pratt, Hernandez, Trolongo, Dunn, and Monochio. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. So with 2 outs, Alvarez will head to first base on the walk. So back-to-back strikeouts.
55, the first
Then
baseman
Gomberg
from St.
walks the
Bonaventure,
number
Jack
3 hitter
Lyman.
for the Hooks. Ryman will come to the plate. He's the cleanup hitter for the Hooks. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch delivered upstairs. That'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes. Let's see if you can quickly set the defense behind Gomberg. Receiving is Borui. At first base, Marquez. Pitch delivered at the letters inside. Strike. Second base for the Xtreme is Torres. At short, it's Martinez. Cook is the third baseman for the Xtreme today, from left to right in the outfield. As the ball is hit up the middle into center field. So with 2 down, Alvarez advances to second on the base hit up the middle off the bat of Ryman for the Hooks.
Number 31, the catcher from Dominican College, Gage Agate.
And that'll bring up Gage Gate for the Hooks. I'm going back and forth between the lineups right here on my phone. We don't have them in the book yet. Just getting everything dry up here and making sure we're ready for the broadcast. Great to bring you the first pitch early here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. We're trying to get this game in. It's just been rain all day, all around South Florida, and nonstop, but it's not enough that we can stop this game. And the Xtreme, they don't want to be stopped either. They're on a little winning streak. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So from left to right in the outfield for the Xtreme, it looks like it's Rizzi, Carpenter, and Diaz. The extra hitter is Marshall today. The designated hitter is Estrada. Swing and a miss. This is Gomberg's first outing since last we saw him against the Snappers here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network on YouTube Live, that he had some difficulty. He was dehydrated during the game, and the few innings that he pitched, he just kept cramping up. Pitch delivered, getting a gate to do some window shopping, and he'll take too long of a look at that last strike. So 3 strikeouts for Gomberg here in the first. 2 left stranded for the Hooks on a walk and a base hit. We'll head to the home half of the first. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. We've got zeros on the board as we head to the home half of the first from Spanish River High School in Boca Raton, Florida. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission attracts sporting events and activities to Palm Beach County to enhance tourism and business, as well as promote sports across the Palm Beach community. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission provides venues to promote the image of Palm Beach County as a top sports destination in the country. Thank you, Palm Beach County Sports Commission. Welcome back. You can hear the little drops of rain as they hit all around me. Here at the plate, we have Sean Martinez for the Xtreme. So Sean Martinez at the plate. He is second in the league in batting average, batting .418 for the Xtreme. Inside strike called on Martinez, 2-1 the count. Pitch delivered. That ball's getting a ride into left center. Going after the left fielder all the way to the wall. It'll roll. Going to second base is Martinez. Stand up double to lead things off for the Xtreme here in the rain. Even the bat boy has their raincoat on and a helmet.
Number 51, the second baseman from State College of Florida, Eric Torres.
Torres will step up to the plate for the Xtreme. Torres batting from the right side, righty-righty matchup. No outs, runner at second in scoring position for the Xtreme. On deck is Eddie Marshall for the Xtreme. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. So Martinez, Torres, Marshall, Diaz, Cook, Marquez, Rui, Estrada, Carpenter, Rizzi, and that'll do it. That's the 10 here for the Xtreme in the lineup. One ball, no strikes. Pitch delivered. That'll just miss away. Next pitch at the belts, and there's the strike call, 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Ball going to the left side, and that'll go foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Torres. Martinez led off the first for the Xtreme with the double to left center. Ball rolled all the way to the wall, gave chase. The outfielders did. It was a well-hit ball off the bat of Martinez, and he is hitting well over 400 here this season. Logan Cook right behind him, pop up right side. Going back is the first baseman. Incoming is the right fielder. Right fielder will take it, throw it in. That will keep Martinez at second, but oh, the throw gets away. But a good backup on the left side of the diamond in the infield, and that'll still keep Martinez at second. Torres is retired as he pops up to right. That'll bring up Marshall, Eddie Marshall. He's the extra hitter today.
It'll pop up. Give it time. If you stand in the rain, it'll stop doing it. Yeah, well, if you go to the right, where you're standing over there, that's true. That's what I'm saying. If you stand in the rain.
Eddie is leading in many offensive categories here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Swing and a miss. Leading in homers with 5. He's now tied in first place with Dylan Prince. His batting average leads the league, .434. And he's driven in 37 runs to lead the league. Colin Cartenga is on the hill for the Hooks. Cartenga is an all-star. He's one of the all-stars on the roster here for the Hooks here today. As soon as I get the scorebook all updated, I'll let you know who those other all-stars are. But right now, it's all-star against all-star. This could be a matchup that you see on July 6th on Sunday. Here comes the 1-1 way inside, breaking ball. Marshall lifts up his hands. He's got the batting gloves with the fluorescent pink that just stand out against the blue and white and black of the Xtreme. Next pitch, that'll go out of play right side. Receiving Cartenga here today is a Gates. At first base is Ryman. The second baseman for the Hooks is Monochio. Shortstop Lopez. Alvarez at third base, left to right in the outfield. Some dancing is done out there at second base. Hernandez in left. Severance in center, and Dunn in right. And that's the defense behind Cartenga, the right-handed pitcher, the all-star here from the Hooks.
Well, he's supposed to pitch in the All-Star game, so they're probably saving him for tomorrow.
Out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Marshall.
Players right and left from the All-Star game. There's another text message today that 2 more people dropped out. Injuries. Probably just don't want to do it. One extra day. They want to actually have a day off.
1 on, 1 away. There goes the runner to third base. Ball is dropped in the dirt by Gate, the catcher. So Martinez easily steals third base. Just getting little drops coming down in between the cracks here in the canvas. Things are starting to blur on the scorebook that I'm just starting to keep here. It's going to be a messy one after tonight. Ground ball to the shortstop, waits on it, double pumps, throws over to first in time. Run crosses the plate, Xtreme up 1-0. So Eddie Marshall grounds out to short, but drives in the first run of the ballgame for the Xtreme. That's why he's the RBI leader in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Now he has 38 runs batted in, and that brings up Diaz for the Xtreme. Two down as the lefty comes to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch delivered strike. Next pitch, that'll miss away. 1-1.
Eric's going to be batting second most of the time. Yeah, Logan is always going to bat fourth, fifth. Chase is going to be both fourth or fifth.
The kick, the pitch, and that's low. 2 balls and a strike here to Diaz. Fun win last night for the Xtreme as they won 16-6 in 7 innings. It was a tight one early on. The Wave came into town, and the Wave went up 2-0 as this ball's up in the air. Waiting on it is Severance. He'll bring it in, make the catch. Diaz is retired, and that'll end things here in the first as the Xtreme take the early 1-0 lead. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, none left on base. We head to the top of the second here from Spanish River High School in Boca Raton, Florida, and the Xtreme lead the Hooks 1-0. At Marriott Spring Hill and Town Place Suites, we know that part of a great vacation is the peace of mind that comes from a great hotel. That's why we're dedicated to provide an experience that stands above the rest. Whether it be our comfortable beds, poolside relaxation, or our courteous staff, we ensure that you'll get the best out of us so that you can enjoy your travels with ease. Marriott Spring Hill and Town Place Suites, the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League's preferred hotel provider. Daniel Pratt will step up to the plate here for the Hooks rather in the top of the second. Lefty-righty matchup. Gomberg delivers, that'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes. One nothing, the Xtreme lead here early. Next pitch, that'll miss. 2 balls and no strikes here to Pratt. Hernandez is on deck. Trelonga will follow. Pratt is the designated hitter for the Hooks here today. Strike delivered. 2-1 the count. 6, 7, and 8 all due up here for the Hooks in the second. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Pratt. Next pitch, tap foul. Count remains 2-2. For the Hooks, Lopez Severance both struck out back-to-back in the first, and Alvarez walked. Ryman singled, and then a gate came up, and he struck out looking. So 2 were left stranded for the Hooks. 1 hit picked up for the Hooks, no runs. We're in the second. Pitch delivered, that'll miss away. Count goes full on Pratt. The kick, the pitch, inside at the knees. Strike 3 on Pratt. Gomberg is racking up the strikeouts today. He's got 2 swinging and 2 looking.
J.C. Hernandez.
That'll bring up J.C. Hernandez, number 7 hitter in the lineup for the Hooks. The left fielder for Fort Lauderdale. One ball and no strikes. Lefty at the plate. Big lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch delivered, and that'll miss away. Next pitch coming back into the screen behind home plate. 2-1 the count. We're going to have a lot of balls dried off here as they're going to get wet. Everything is wet. I don't even know if it's stopped raining yet. We still have drops coming down from our tent that we have overhead. A lot of static I hear. See if we can get that to, there we go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But the grounds are wet. It's been raining for quite some time. Not heavy, just light. But the balls definitely will get wet very easily here today and have to be dried off. Here comes the 2-2. That'll go out of play left side. Right away, we played first pitch with the stadium lights on. We had sunshine earlier today, and you could see those dark clouds just come creeping on little by little. Cloudy skies as we play here in the second inning. Xtreme Hooks. Xtreme up 1-0 over the Hooks. Here comes the pitch. That'll miss low and away. Hernandez at the plate. Gomberg in his last outing against the Snappers here on our broadcast. That was the last time that he pitched. Had some problems with dehydration as the ball is sailing into right field. Coming in, the right fielder. It'll drop down, and that's a base hit with 1 out off the bat of Hernandez. But Gomberg also a hammy issue. So with the dehydration, had trouble with the hammy. Got a lot of work on that hammy. Feels better, and so he's back out here today. I didn't know if he really wanted to pitch in this kind of weather. I know he really wants to pitch, though. He wants to be healthy and pitch. It's just such a day that could be very hard on a pitcher when you have that slippery ball. And also the mound just getting caked, dirt in your spikes. But he's hanging in with it, and he's already racked up 4 strikeouts in just 1 1/3 innings. Second hit allowed, this one to the right side. Throw to first base to check the runner, but it gets by the first baseman for the Xtreme. Headed to second base is Hernandez. He'll go all the way to third base before the ball is even found. I think it got stuck out there. I can't really see now that we put up a flap to keep the rain out for us. So with the errant throw over to first base, that allows Hernandez to go all the way to third base. Terlongo at the plate, the extra hitter for the Hooks.
This is my straw from my other water bottle. But it sinks all the way to the other bottle. It sits right about there.
I keep moving my scorebook more and more, and I keep, for some reason, the water's following me. All these different raindrops right on my scorebook. Here we go. Ball upstairs. On Trelongo. 1 ball, no strikes to the extra hitter. He's the number 8 hitter on the lineup for the Hooks. Next pitch, that'll hit Trelongo, and he will head to first base. I talked to Eddie Marshall yesterday. He got hit, and it looked like it was on the side of his left helmet. And he's the home run leader here in the league. He's the batting leader in the league, RBIs, everything. So he's very valuable to the Xtreme. And then he said, no, he didn't really get hit. It looked like it from my angle on the helmet on the left side, but he threw up his elbow to deflect off of it. So it hit his elbow, but he said he's just fine. So runners at the corners for the Hooks. That'll bring up Dunn, the right fielder, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Pitch delivered. That'll come real inside. Ducking out of the way is Dunn, and as he moves, ooh, that came so close to that left elbow. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count to Dunn. 1 away, 2 on for the Hooks. They're down by 1. Tying run is at third base right now for Fort Lauderdale. Here comes the 1-1. That catches the inside edge right there at the knees. So 1-2 to Dunn. Gombert is doing a great job with his placement. A couple of pitches getting out of way, getting away from him is what I'm trying to say, as he hit the batter before Dunn. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Here comes the runner home. Here comes the throw home. The tag applied, and he's out. Out at the plate is Hernandez. That was heads-up play right there by the Xtreme. The swing and the miss. Throw down to second. Then the throw quickly back home to get the lead runner Hernandez as he tried to cross the plate before the tag was applied. He's out. So a double play, getting everybody out and getting the Xtreme out of that jam. We'll head to the home half of the second, and the Xtreme hang on to the 1-0 lead. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network here on YouTube Live. Do not let injuries slow you down. MD Now has over 110 locations across the state of Florida and centers in 20 different states. You will get the best care from our award-winning physicians to get you back on your feet. Whether it's a fastball to the head or any injury that comes your way, when you need help, you want MD Now's consistent and fast care. Thank you, MD Now, for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes and families. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the second. At the plate is Cook. He hits it hard on the ground left side, and a throw all the way over to first base. Getting Cook out at first, a ground out. Alvarez to Ryman. That'll bring up
the first baseman from Palm Beach State, Brandon Marquez.
Brandon Marquez. Righty-righty matchup. Breaking ball. That'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes to Marquez. 2 balls and no strikes to Marquez, the number 6 hitter in the lineup for the Xtreme. Here comes the pitch. That ball's up and out of here to the right side. Here comes the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Cartagena in the first inning allowed a lead-off double. That was off the bat of Martinez. He went around to score. Pitch delivered, that'll miss low. Full count here on Marquez. After that, well, Torres popped out. Marshall grounded out. That was the ground out that drove in Martinez, and then Diaz flied out. 4 batters. Number 5 grounded out here, Cook, and now Marquez will swing and miss. That's the first strikeout for Cartagena here today.
Number 7, the catcher from University of North Florida, Bo Rory.
Bo Ruri will step up to the plate. He's the catcher today for the Xtreme. He'll bat from the left side, so righty-lefty matchup. One ball in, no strikes. 2 away here for the Xtreme in the second. Pitch delivered. That ball's upstairs. That'll go to the left side in the air, and on the run, Hernandez. A long run for the left fielder. He was shaded more towards center with the lefty at the plate. Made the long run, brought in that ball and made the catch to make it 1-2-3. Down go the Xtreme. So nothing across. Cartagena picks up a strikeout, and we'll head to the top of the third here from Spanish River High School in Boca Raton, Florida. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Signs, t-shirts, hats, and more. Delray's finest signs and graphics has you covered for your special events. DFS provides the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with banners, team merchandise, and more for our opening day, all-star game, playoffs, and all of our big events. And they'll do the same for you. Lola and her team, located in the heart of Palm Beach community, will have your design and graphics needs met. For all of your design needs, go to the dfsgraphics.com. Welcome back. We've got a new pitcher on the hill for the Xtreme, Yashan. Jan righty will replace Gomberg. Gomberg lefty starter for the Xtreme. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 2 hits. Pitch delivered strike to Monachio, the second baseman for the Hooks. No runs, walked 1, struck out 5. What a great outing for Jacob. Here comes the 0-1. That catches just a little bit of the outside corner. Strike number 2. 0-2 on the second baseman for the Hooks. They're ready on the hill for the Xtreme. 3 innings, or 3 1/3 innings of work. Swing and a miss. Just took 3 pitches to retire Monuccio. Jane continuing the strikeout brigade that Gomberg started in his 2 innings of work. We're back up to the top of the order. Johnny Lopez will step up to the plate. I spoke with Lopez before the game. He is so excited to represent the Hooks in the Home Run Derby contest and as an all-star. Swing and a miss. Righty-lefty matchup. Lopez 0 for 1 today. He struck out looking in the first. Freshman at FAU. He's an infielder and a pitcher from Coral Springs, Florida. Here comes the 0-1, and that's upstairs. Lopez has never been in a home run derby contest, but he is definitely excited to be a part of it. So Jane on the hill, 3 1/3 innings of work this season. 2 hits, no runs, struck out 1. From Cumming, Georgia. Manocchio at the plate. It's Michael Manocchio from Davie, Florida. Next pitch, that'll miss. 3-1 the count. He's batting .263 this summer. 5 hits, 5 runs, and 4 ribbies. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm looking up the wrong person here as we were talking about Manocchio, but it's Lopez at the plate. Still setting my scorebook here. That ball will go to the right side. Foul ball, count full here on Lopez, the leadoff hitter for the Hooks. Lopez is batting .314. 22 hits, 14 runs, and 7 runs batted in. Pitch delivered at the letters. No call by the umpire, so Lopez will ditch his bat and head to first. Lopez walks to first base with 1 out. That'll bring up the center fielder, Nate Severance. Severance struck out back in the first, so 0 for 1 today.
Which one was that? Was that Corey or Alan? Yeah.
Pitch at the belt for strike number 1. 0-1 here on Severance.
Was it Corey or Alan? White guy? Yes. Older? Probably 40s, 50s. Yeah. No, Corey. We had him at South Broward, then we had him in Probably. No, Corey doesn't drive.
1 on with 1 out. Throw over to first base, checking the runner, getting back, sliding in safely is Lopez. With 1 out, he walked. Field was really dry, even with some of the rain coming, but then watered it down, and the rain came even more to wet it down. So this red clay here is really going to cake the pants. And jerseys as guys slide into the bags. This ball's getting a ride to the left side. Going back is Rizzi all the way to the wall, and he'll make the catch. And just stops short right there of the fence. So a long, deep fly ball to left. Rizzi's there on the run, and Severance is retired as he flies out.
Third baseman from State College of Florida, Andrew Alvarez.
That'll bring up Andrew Alvarez, the third baseman for the Hooks. He walked back in the first. Throw to first base, checking the runner there once again. Getting back quickly is Lopez. 2 down, Alvarez at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Both teams have the same colors. They were laughing. I saw a couple of the guys from both sides in the parking lot, and they said, you know what? Why didn't we call each other up? They both have the same color jerseys, that royal blue with white lettering and black to outline everything. A little bit of different style. The Hooks have the script hooks in white across their chest on a black panel. And the Xtreme have the initials PBX, Palm Beach Xtreme, in white across their chests. So a little different design, but nonetheless, you can tell them apart if you're looking really closely by the pants that they're wearing. Pop-up, left side, staying in the infield, waiting for it is the shortstop. That's Martinez. He'll bring it in and make the grab. Alvarez is retired as he pops up to short. So the way you tell them apart is the white bottoms, the white pants by the home Xtreme, and the gray away pants on the Hooks. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Xtreme lead here from Spanish River High School in Boca Raton, Florida. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. The law offices of Sala Astorita Cox offers their clients the best experience in areas of securities enforcement, regulation, arbitration, and litigation. James Sala and his team of expert attorneys provide individualized attention with your white-collar crime cases. SAC has law offices available in Boca Raton, as well as New Jersey and New York. Call 561-989-9080 for consultation today. Sala Astorita Cox, your go-to representation for white-collar troubles. Anthony Estrada at the plate, pitch delivered upstairs. Estrada, Carpenter, and Rizzi all due up for the Xtreme here in the third. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Estrada. Cartanga remains on the hill for the Hooks. Starting pitcher, and he will be playing in the All-Star game too. One ball and 2 strikes here to Estrada. Estrada's first trip up to the plate here in tonight's contest. Goes after that pitch going outside, and he brings his bat back just in time. Anthony Estrada from Charleston, South Carolina. Batting .267, 16 hits, 13 runs, 9 ribbies. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Anthony. Here comes the 2-2. That'll miss just low. Count going full here on Estrada. Number 8 hitter in the lineup for the Xtreme. 8, 9, and 10 all due up here in the third. Payoff pitch coming. That counts the outside edge right there. That'll miss low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Redshirt freshman still, but he's going to be known as, he told me, he explained the whole thing. He's like, I'm a redshirt. I get known as a redshirt the rest of my career. I'm like, how does that make sense?
The 1-0 pitch upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, so like he's, well, yeah, because of the rule. Yeah, he's like, I get, no matter what, once I start playing, I'm still considered redshirt. They still call me redshirt. Yeah. Which I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. I feel like once you start playing in a game, once you play officially, then you lose the title redshirt. I think it's because
3 balls and no strikes here to Carpenter, the center fielder. The Xtreme have 1 run on the board on just 1 hit, too. 4 balls to Carpenter. He'll head to first.
The left fielder from University of New Haven, Cam Rizzi.
And that'll bring up Cam Rizzi. Back-to-back Cams here on the Xtreme. Cam Rizzi bats from the left side, 5'11", 180. Freshman out of the University of New Haven. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so playing on the Xtreme against the Fort Lauderdale team here today. Throw to first base, checking the runner, Carpenter. Throw back over to first. This time Cam is caught. So Carpenter picked off at first base. There's 2 away. That keeps 1 Cam here on the field. He's in the box. The left fielder, Cam Rizzi, will step back in. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Next pitch, another swing and a miss. 0-2 on Rizzi. Next pitch, that'll just miss. Getting Rizzi to think a little bit here. Cartanga's working on him. Cartanga has 2 strikeouts in the game so far. Has only allowed 1 hit and has only walked 1. Here comes the 1-2. He'll go outside, and that'll just miss. Rizzi. 2-2 counts on the left fielder. Next pitch, right on top of it, on the hands. That'll fly foul right side, though. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The Xtreme up 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third. The 2-2. That one will also go foul. Coming out to the backstop back here. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Xtreme up 1-0. Bottom of 3. Nobody on here for the Xtreme. Cartanga working on Rizzi. Here comes the pitch inside. Swing and a miss. That's the way to punch him out. As the Xtreme go down 1-2-3 with the help of a pickoff on Carpenter at first. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. We head to the top of the 4th. The Xtreme still up 1-0. The law offices of Thompson & Thomas will fight for you to get you the compensation that you deserve. Vehicle accidents, personal injury, real estate, workers' compensation, and more. Thompson & Thomas will have you covered. Thompson & Thomas will fight for you like family, treating your case with the specialized care that we would want for their own. For top-level and caring attorneys, Thompson & Thomas has you covered. For a free consultation today, go to tntlegal.com. Welcome back, 1-0. The Xtreme are on top here against the Hooks. Hooks up here in the top of the fourth. It's Ryman, Agate, and Pratt all due up for Fort Lauderdale, 4, 5, and 6. Jane remains on the hill. He came in relief of Gomberg back in the third. Through 1 inning of work. Pitch delivered. 1 ball and no strikes. Jane picked up a strikeout and a walk and got Severance to fly out and Alvarez to pop out. Here comes the 1-0, and this is what you have to be careful of too, as Jane kind of slipped a little bit. We've got slippery grass, slippery. I know the mound was covered during the rain, but they still had to water it down, and then the rain came during the game too. I think it just stopped maybe a little bit in this last inning. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like Jane slid a little bit after he released that last pitch. Here comes the next pitch. Up in the air to the right side and diving after it. Wow, what a play by Carpenter there. Does a little barrel roll after he makes the catch. He was coming in into left center. That looked like it would fall right in between the fielders and right in the shallow territory there. But Carpenter, long run, dove after it, snagged it one-handed, did a barrel roll, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Gage Gates. Righty-righty matchup. Strike delivered, first pitch to the catcher. Agate likes his red batting helmet. He also has red protection on his elbow. He's got the elbow gear there. That's all red. Keeps his black bat on his right shoulder, and here comes the pitch way inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Agate. Agate from Cooper City, Florida. 2 hits on the season, a run. He's driven in 2. 15 ABs for Agate. Nice little breaking ball in at the letters for strike number 2. One ball and 2 strikes. Here on the number 5 hitter for the Hooks. Pitch delivered upstairs, swing and a miss. 2 away as Jane picks up his second strikeout in his second inning of work.
Number 27, the designated hitter, Daniel Pratt.
That'll bring up Daniel Pratt, the designated hitter for the Hooks. He's in the 6th slot here in the lineup for the Hooks. Pitch delivered at the knee, strike. 0-1 here to Pratt. Pratt from Conroe, Texas. 13 hits, 3 runs, 10 runs batted in. He's got a .317 average. The Xtreme won last night here at home. 16-6 against the Wave. They're on a little 2-game win streak. They had a 10-game win streak as the strike is delivered, 0-2. Then the Lions stopped that win streak a couple of days ago. There was a doubleheader, game 1. Lions took game 1 against the Xtreme, but the Xtreme came right back in game 2 and started their win streak all over again. Picked up the win, faced the Wave yesterday, so they've won 2 in a row. 9-1 in their last 10. Xtreme is the team to beat here in the league. First team to get 20 wins in the North Division. So in the North Division, the Xtreme are 20-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Pratt. The Xtreme have the most wins overall in the league. They have 24 and the least amount of losses in 3. So 24-3 overall for the Xtreme. So you can see why every team is gunning for the Xtreme when they face them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Xtreme are in first place in the North Division, where the Hooks, they're tied for third place with Coconut Creek, the X team, 7 games back. 11-11 in the South Division, 12-11 overall. 3 teams in each division will make the playoffs. Line drive left side. It'll drop in and hop right in front of the left fielder, Rizzi. That's the only play he can make. So with 2 outs, Pratt is aboard on the base hit to left. That'll bring up J.C. Hernandez, the left fielder, who
Number
singled back in
9
the
left fielder
seconds.
from Nova Southeastern, J.C. Hernandez.
With that last hit off the bat of Pratt, he is joining his teammates Ryman and then Hernandez here with 1 hit. Just 3 hits. No runs yet for the Hooks. Pitch delivered to the lefty. That'll dot the outside part of the plate. Strike number 1. 0-1 on Hernandez. The Hooks have lost 1 game. That's their streak right now. 5-5 in the last 10. 0-2 here on Hernandez. Yesterday, they played a doubleheader against the Blazers. They won game 1 9-4, but then lost game 2 4-6. They had to end the game because of lightning. Check swing, did he go? And yes, says the umpire behind the plate. So Hernandez will go down on strikes. That'll leave 1 stranded. No runs cross the plate. 1 hit for the Hooks. No errors. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, and it's still a 1-0 ball game here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. There's nothing better than leaving the ballpark to get some cold beers, hot chicken wings, and great times with friends and family. The Duck Tavern has been whipping it up for the South Florida community for years and now is the official local restaurant of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. We aren't sure what's more impressive, the 110 different beers from around the world or the 20% off that all South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes, staff, and family get at the Duck from all season. Located at 5901 North Federal Highway. Come on in for good food, good vibes at the Duck Tavern. We're back here in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0, Xtreme on top. For the Xtreme, we're back up to the top of the order. Sean Martinez at the plate, then Torres and Marshall. Cartanga remains on the hill, and he hits Martinez. So Martinez taking off his gear,
Number
heading to
51,
first
second
base.
baseman from State College of Florida,
That brings
Eric
up the second
Torres.
baseman, Eric Torres. Torres popped up to right back in the first, 0 for 1 here today. Cartanga looks over his shoulder at the runner at first, sets at the belt, then throws the pitch way inside here on Torres. 1 ball and no strikes. Mentioned that Cartanga is headed to the All-Star game. The other All-Stars for the Hooks. Let's take a look. Pitch or throw over to first base, checking the runners back safely. Logan Ozias, another pitcher for the Hooks, will be part of the All-Star game. Johnny Lopez, Andrew Alvarez, and Alejandro Vasquez are the other All-Stars on the Hooks roster. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 on at first base. Throw over to first once again, checking that runner. Martinez is at first as he was hit by a pitch to lead things here off in the 4th for the Xtreme, and he's actually the leadoff hitter at first. Torres, number 2 hitter. He's waiting for his pitch. He gets it, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the All-Stars on the Xtreme side, Gabe Genner, Davidis, Raciunas, Eric Torres, Sean Martinez, Logan Cook, and Eddie Marshall. Here's the 1-1 at the belt, strike 1 and 2. Both Johnny Lopez for the Hooks and then Eddie Marshall for the Xtreme will both not only be in the All-Star game, but they will also be in the Home Run Derby contest. Throw again over to first. Runner slides back safely. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the batter at the plate, that's Eric Torres. Here comes the 1-2. That's a crack in the bat, and that'll fall in. A little bloop hit there on the left side and shallow left. So that'll advance Martinez to second. Torres stays at first with the base hit.
Number 5.
And that'll bring up the
from
extra
Center,
hitter,
Eddie Marshall.
Eddie Marshall. Marshall grounded out to short his first trip up, but it was a productive out as he drove in the 1 run here of the ball game. Xtreme lead 1-0. That was back in the 1st inning. Martinez doubled, then stole a base. And with 1 out, Marshall drove him in. No other runs on the board yet, but there are 2 on right now for Marshall. Leads the league in batting average and in runs batted in, along with homers. Marshall's excited to be a part of the Home Run Derby contest. He's been in one before. He said he's never won one. Could be his year. Looking the runner back at second base. Make it a second glance. Second baseman coming back to the bag, and then the pitch is delivered. That's inside. Two balls, no strikes. Here to Marshall. I was just reflecting and thinking about on our conversation last night. I talked to Eddie yesterday about making the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby contest. And also, as far as his participation this year in the league, ground ball, that'll shoot through the infield. Holding up at third base, though, the ball gets by the left fielder, and everybody advances another bag, getting the throw into third base, but 2 runs cross the plate here for the Xtreme. So heads up running by the Xtreme. They're very aggressive, and the third base coach just says, keep on going. So Eddie Marshall with the base hit to left, and then the miscue by Hernandez out in left
17, the right fielder
allows
from
2 runs
Troy
across the
Diaz.
plate. Martinez, and then Torres. He was going to be held at third base, but realized that, hey, he had time to go home too. And Marshall finds his way to third base. And let's see, actually, as I glance down, I think he got out there at third. So there's 1 out here in the 4th. Zay Diaz will step up to the plate. Sometimes I need my own replay up here. Got to keep my eyes glued to the field instead of looking down here in my scorebook, but Marshall is out at third. 2 runs across the plate, 3-0, and there's a line shot right down the line in right. That'll be trouble there for Dunn. He's got to go all the way to the chalk line out in left. Throw coming into second, but Diaz makes it in safely, so he doubles as the ball goes down the line into right field. So with 1 out, Zay Diaz, that was a shot down the right field line. Using his speed, makes it all the way to second. He's the cleanup hitter here in the. Just one away, runner in scoring position here for the Xtreme at second base as Diaz doubled after this ball is up in the air to the right side. That could be trouble. It'll fall in, and then that will also get by the fielder out there and allow Diaz to score all the way from second base. So I don't know what's on the ball. They are very slippery and have to keep being dried off, but they're not even actually getting picked up by the fielders out there. The glove, I don't think the glove has any slippery stuff on it, but these balls are
Number
hard to
18,
get,
first
and then
baseman from
the
Palm Beach State,
miscues by the
Brandon
outfielders
Marquez.
are allowing the Xtreme to run around the bases. So Diaz scores on a Logan Cook hit. Big inning here for the Xtreme in the fourth. They've put 3 runs on the board, now have 4 total. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brandon Marquez. He struck out back in the seconds. One on, one out, pitch delivered, breaking ball that bounces out of the glove of Agate, the catcher, but that will keep Cook at first base. For nothing ball game in favor of the Xtreme. They've got the best record in the league. Looking for win number 25 overall. Little conversation between the head coach of the Hooks with the umpire. Now the umpire is going out to the mound to check things out. One pitcher did slide after releasing a pitch. I think it started raining, sprinkling again. I see the umbrellas coming out, and I can hear it a little bit in my headset, too. 1 ball, no strikes. Things can get very slippery, and the ball's been slipping away from the fielders, too, in the outfield. That's helped the Xtreme run around the bases and put 3 on the board this inning, 4 total. 2 balls and no strikes here to Marquez. It's one of those days that the rain just keeps on coming. Swing and a miss. I mean, pretty much in Florida, you're used to being soaked, either from the humidity and just sweating away here in the summer, the sweltering heat, or the rain. It's just a little annoying rain here today. Throw over to first base. There goes the runner to second. He is going to be in a rundown. Here comes the next throw, then the tag applied. And that's out number 2. So Cook caught between bases. And there's 2 away here for the Xtreme with Marquez still at the plate. Throw over to first base to get the runner Cook at first, and he decided to go to second on the throw. Then he got stuck in the rundown. He's out, and there's 2 away. Brandon Marquez at the plate. He's got a green batting helmet on against his natural bat. Wiggles it a little, and the pitch is delivered. That's right. Wow. I was going to say low and inside, but it was, but caught a little edge of that plate. And he's got a strike on him. Count full and a pop-up. That'll go out of play. First Agate was given chase, then realized that was headed to the tennis courts. 3-2 count, 2 away here for the Xtreme in the fourth. It's been a messy fourth, but a good one for the Xtreme. Martinez was hit by a pitch. Torres singled. An error allowed a run to score and, well, actually a couple. Pitch delivered that pops away from the catcher. Marquez will head to first base on the walk. So
Number
hit by
7,
pitch.
the catcher from the University of
A
North
single,
Florida,
a single,
Bo Roy.
a double, another single, and an error's in between. And 3 runs have crossed the plate. Marquez at first base with 2 away. Baurui will step up to the plate, the catcher. He flied out to left his first trip up, so he's 0 for 1 today. He'll bat from the left side. Pitch delivered. That'll go low and away on the lefty. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch. That'll miss inside. That's pretty much how the Xtreme played yesterday, too. They held it close. The Wave even had the lead a couple of times. And then in the later innings, the Xtreme, tacked on a few here and there. But in the 5th inning, the Xtreme batted around. Well, everybody batted that inning and scored 4 runs. Then had a big 7th inning where 7 runs crossed the plate. Cam Carpenter, he got to bat twice. Connor Ray the same. And with a new reliever that came in the 7th inning too, that it was just back to back to back. It was a bunch of walks, and basically the Xtreme scored their last few runs on walks. And they were able to walk away with the win then, 16-6. Finished in 7. A little over 3-hour-long game, though. 4-0 Xtreme lead now. Pitch delivered. There's a line shot into right. That'll roll all the way to the fence. There goes Marquez. He's given the sign to go on home. The throw coming in, cut off. And so Marquez will score. Or actually, Marquez. Off the bat of Bo Rui. So Rui will have a courtesy runner as Rui doubles in Marquez. Anthony Estrada will come to the plate, the designated hitter. Got caught looking, struck out in the 3rd, 0 for 1 today.
Number 20, the designated hitter from South Carolina Center, Anthony Estrada.
First pitch, another line shot to the right side. One hopper into the glove of Dunn. He'll throw it in, and running down to home plate and getting there before the ball is Rui, or actually the courtesy runner. So heads up by the courtesy runner, the Xtreme coach at third base. He's just telling everybody to keep on going, and they have. And another run here for the Xtreme.
Number
That's
9, the
5
center fielder
runs
from
here in the
Appalachian State,
4th,
Cam Carpenter.
and they're up 6-0. So Estrada with the liner into right, singles in Rui, or the courtesy runner for Rui. Now at the plate is Cam Carpenter, the center fielder. Walked back in the 3rd. Half swing, and that'll go into the glove of Lopez. A little one hopper that he on the run throws over to first in time. That'll end things here for the Xtreme, but not before they take over the 6-0 lead. Wow, 5 runs cross the plate here in the 4th. Aggressive base running, some miscues by the outfield for the Hooks, a bunch of hits, and the Xtreme are up 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. Here from Boca Raton, Florida, you're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network.
So the team's already down there and everything?
Homeowners of South Florida, the 5 boroughs of New York and New Jersey, we have the one-stop shop for all of your home remodeling needs with GMNO Construction. GMNO specializes in kitchens, bathrooms, complete remodels, and now home construction. Call 973-315-7411 for a free quote today. GMNO Construction, proud partner of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. can hear the raindrops on our head. Welcome back. Hooks up here in the top of the fifth. Xtreme up 6-0 at the plate. Due up 8, 9, and 10 for the Hooks. The extra hitter, Anthony Charlongo, at the plate. He was hit by a pitch back in the second. Stole second base. Dunn due up, and then Manuccio following Dunn. No balls and a strike. Jane still on the hill. This is his third inning of work. He came in relief of Gomberg. Gomberg went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, only walked 1, and struck out 5. What an outing for Gomberg as he's coming back from a hamstring that bothered him a lot, along with a game that he kept dehydrating too. So in between, he's gotten a lot of treatment, and it was great to see him come out and get those 2 innings of work, pick up 5 strikeouts, and allowing no runs. Here's the 1-1 check swing. Doesn't go, so 2 balls and a strike here to Charlongo. Charlongo batting .323, a home run, 7 ribbies. Here's the 2-1. That does catch the outside part of the plate, so 2-2 now on the extra hitter. Hooks still looking for their first run here of the ball game. They've got zeros all the way across. We're in the top of the fifth.
You opened up the actual game that was listed for 5 o'clock, so no big deal. It went to the right. You finalized it, it went to the right.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Charlongo. Jane in his first 2 innings of work in relief. He's allowed a hit. No runs. Walked just 1, and he has 3 strikeouts. That'll go out of play. The first batter he faced in relief was Manuccio, and he struck him out. He'll face him again here in the 5th. Jane picked up 2 strikeouts in the 4th. Ball upstairs, that'll miss, count goes full. 3 hits, no runs for the Hooks. 7 hits, 6 runs for the Xtreme. Payoff pitch, strike right at the belt. Charlongo goes down looking. That's out number 1, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Brad Dunn. Dunn struck out back in the second. He's 0 for 1 here today. He was one of the 5 strikeouts that Gomberg delivered here today. Gomberg out of the University of Florida. In between his freshman and sophomore year, he had Tommy John surgery, and now he's in the portal. So it's great to see Jacob have the outing that he did. Bouncing back after that last outing. He looked pretty healthy, and even pitching with the rain element. So it's a good outing for Gomberg. Strike delivered, breaking ball here to Dunn. 0-1 to the righty at the plate. Next pitch, that'll go out of play right side. Most of these balls that go out of play end up over there on the tennis courts. You don't see a lot going out of play to the left side here. Not much over on the left side of the diamond, the bullpen, batting cages. There is a canal, if you can reach that too. That's a chopper, and that'll stay here in the park, but foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here for the Hooks. The Hooks next play on Thursday. That's tomorrow, 6:30. They'll play Coconut Creek, the X team. That's the team that they're tied for in 3rd place in the South Division. That's at North Broward Prep. Fastball inside, that'll miss low. So that'll be a big game there for the Hooks tomorrow. Tough game tonight here for the Hooks. They're playing the best team in the league right now. And then they're going to battle their division rival as they are both neck and neck in 3rd place. Only 3 teams make the playoffs in each division. The Xtreme tomorrow, they'll stay at home and welcome in the Bucks at 6 o'clock. Here comes the 1-2. That's upstairs in Ole Miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The last 2 games have started before 6 o'clock, so be ready wherever you're tuning in to the game starting early tomorrow, maybe by a few minutes. Here comes the 2-2, turning on it with his blue bat. That'll go foul left side. Powdered blue bat for Brad Dunn. I like the little rain jacket of our bat boy. It says rain delay. We haven't been in a rain delay here at all today. Like I said, we started even a few minutes early. Wanted to make sure that we could get it in if the rains were coming. Drizzling day, and then the rain stopped for a minute, and now it's back again. You can hear it as it hits above me. The rain drops on the tent covering that we have over the booth here and over the public address area. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Quiet crowd. Everybody has their umbrellas up. We do have fans in the stands and ones that brought their seats. Got the raincoats, umbrellas, all different colors. Here comes the 2-2. Once again, foul ball. It's going to knock everybody off their seats over there in the dugouts and sitting outside the dugout for the Xtreme. The loudest thing I hear at the ballpark right now is the rain. It's quiet. Wasn't quiet a few minutes ago in the bottom of the 4th when the Xtreme put 5 runs on the board. Bunch of hits, 6 hits, 5 runs. There's a swing and a miss. And there's some sound from the fans. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Jane as he gets Trelongo to go down looking, done swinging, and now he'll work on the second baseman, Michael Manachio. Manachio struck out back in the 3rd. Lots of strikeouts for both pitchers for the Xtreme. Gomberg, the starting pitcher, had 5 strikeouts. Jane's catching up to him. Now has 5 himself. Throws a pitch and then he slides down on the mound. That mound is very slippery. He's okay though. 1 ball, no strikes here on Manachio. Looks like the Xtreme have someone up and throwing, just tossing the ball right now out in the bullpen. The Xtreme had to go to the bullpen pretty early yesterday, too. The pitch delivered, and that'll get away from the catcher and roll into the backstop. But yesterday for Palm Beach, Tanner Barfield, the lefty, he pitched 2 innings, and the Xtreme, the coaches, they could tell right away that, hey, something might be a little off here with Tanner. They asked him. He was honest. He just didn't have his speed. And then they brought in Clark Corlew. Corlew going from a positional player to a pitcher right now. He's transitioning into the pitching role. And the Xtreme were very surprised and happily surprised by Corlew's outing. When I was talking to the coaches, they said, you know, we probably couldn't have won the ball game last night without Corlew going as long as he did because he pitched 5 innings in relief. Pop up left side, that'll drop over by the bullpen, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corlew pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs. Only 1 of those was earned. He struck out 2. But a strong outing for Corlew. It was only 2 batters for the Wave that scored all the runs. It was so unusual to see the pattern of it as the Wave, they went every other inning scoring 2 runs. They ended up with 6 total, but it wasn't enough as the Xtreme just broke open the game, scored 7 runs in the 7th inning, and walked off and literally walked in the last few runs and won 16-6. But Corlew came in and gave him 5 strong innings for the Xtreme. That's what the Xtreme's looking for here today with Jane, just getting a couple. That's all they need in relief. They've got another reliever warming up. They feel like their bullpen is very strong and very deep. Pop up, that'll go to the catcher down the first base line. 1, 2, 3, down go the Hooks. 2 strikeouts and a pop up to the catcher, and that retires the side. Nothing across will go to the home half of the 5th with the Xtreme leading 6-0. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Well, Barwis Arm Farm has the tools to give specialized training to professional athletes all the way down to little leaguers. Professional and Olympic athletes train with Barwis and his staff because they know that they'll receive the most advanced, scientifically based, holistic, and cutting-edge athletic training. Prepare to achieve the uncommon. Go to barwis.com to book a tour and check out the training programs that they offer. Welcome back. Here comes more rain here, but we've got a new pitcher on the hill for the Hooks. It's the righty C.J. Bustle out of the University of Dayton. At the plate, it's one of the Cams. Cam Rizzi, the number 10 hitter in the lineup for the Xtreme. Righty-lefty matchup. Cam wiggles his red bat, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bustle, a junior. 6'3", from Naples, Florida. Previously went to Palm Beach State and then joined the Flyers. Pitch delivered off the end of the bat. Will that stay fair? It does. That'll be trouble as it rolls into the corner. Rizzi going all the way to third base. Here comes the throw in. The cutoff man to the third baseman, and tag applied, not in time. So Rizzi legging out a triple. Boy, did he hit that ball where nobody could reach it for quite some time. Right in the corner by the foul pole line out there in left field. And Hernandez, he had to track it all the way as it rolled and rolled and rolled away from him. Rizzi, right from the start, he said, I'm going all the way as far as I can. He probably would have went home if the third base coach told him to. So a big triple to start things off here in the 5th off the bat of Rizzi. We're back up to the top of the order. Sean Martinez will step up to the plate to shortstop. Martinez doubled in the 1st, hit by pitch. He has scored 2 runs here in the ballgame. Righty-righty matchup. Martinez leaning on in. does the squat at the plate. He's really down low inside. Fastball trying to get Martinez off the plate. He's got a lot of gear on that left elbow, and you can see why. He hangs right over the plate, really close inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Martinez. Mentioned that Martinez headed to the All-Star game on July 6th, along with Cook, Marshall, and a handful of other Xtreme players. Low and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Martinez has the second best batting average in the league. 1, 2, 3. The top 3 batting averages in the league here are all the Xtreme players. Marshall, 434 hitter. Martinez batting 418. Cook batting 393. Ground ball to second. Long throw over to third. It bounces off the glove of the third baseman. Heading home and scoring straight up is Rizzi. So the Xtreme really making things happen. They don't care if it's raining or not or how hard it will rain. Fielder's choice. Martinez is aboard. And instead of going for the easy throw over to get... Oh, wait, did he catch it? Was that on the line there? It was. So he doubled him off. And then, not doubled him off, but got one out there as Rizzi, the throw going to third base, trying to get Rizzi, and the ball bounces out of the glove of the third baseman, and Rizzi scores. 7-0 right now for the Xtreme.
From State College of Florida, Eric Torres.
Torres at the plate. Eric Torres, the second baseman, 1 for 2 today. Strike delivered, 1 ball and 1 strike. More rain coming through the canvas top above me now, as the rain is harder. It's really coming down. I don't know if it's the rain or not, but a lot of miscues out in the field. You know, balls just slipping out of gloves, out of hands. Saw a couple of pitchers, though, too. They're slipping and sliding on the mound. It's not easy. Surprised they're throwing as many strikes as they can because that ball is slippery. Now this ball gets by Agate, the catcher. Torres 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th. So Bustle on the Hill appeared in 11 games in his first season with Palm Beach State back in 2024. Had 68 strikeouts in high school at Naples High School in Naples, Florida. Part of the state semifinals team. The rain just keeps coming down harder and harder. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Torres. The kick, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 away as Bustle picks up his first strikeout. He comes right over the top
Eddie Marshall.
in his release. Getting Torres with the fastball, and here comes the best hitter in the league, Eddie Marshall, up to the plate. 1 for 2 today, grounded out in the first. Drove in the first run of the ball game with that ground out for the Xtreme. It was a 1-0 game for quite some time until the 4th when the Xtreme broke it open with 5 runs crossing the plate. Marshall singled then in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Went around the bases and then was out at third base on a good throw from the left fielder. No balls and a strike, 2 outs. A line out and a strikeout. Pitch going way inside. When I talked to Eddie last night, I said, you know what, everybody's probably gunning for you, right? You're on the best team in the league. You're leading in average RBIs and home runs. So the pitchers know when you come up to the plate, and boy, do they know, because he's got the bright pink batting gloves, too, so you can't miss him. And he said, you know, he's really proud, though, of his pitch selection. He didn't think he had the best game last night, but he did have a good game. He picked up a hit. Eddie was 1 for 4 with his 9th double, scored a run and drove in 2. So I'd say that was a pretty good night. But he said he's, you know, become more disciplined at the plate. He's noticed that he's not getting the best pitches, so he's waiting for the right one. Here's the 1-2, and that's not the right one for him as the cap of the goes flying off of the pitcher, C.J. Bustle, as it really starts to come down even more. Lots of raindrops that are making everything blurry on my scorecard right now. Trying to hold it closer to my chest to protect it a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think my computer is good. I think our audio board is good. Just where my scorebook is hanging out with me here today. Here's the 2-2. That'll bounce away from the plates. That's low. Full count here on Eddie Marshall. 2 outs. No one on the base pass for the Xtreme. Bustle wiping his hands on his pants, trying to stay dry. Trying to keep that throwing hand, the one that he's holding the ball with, dry. Has a black glove, facing third base, then takes the signs from the catcher. Kicks straight out, then incoming, he brings his knee perpendicular, releases the ball, comes inside on Marshall, and Eddie will go to first base with 2 away. So as I mentioned, Eddie talked about he's not getting a lot of good pitches, so he's got to be really careful with his pitch selection.
The right fielder.
Does have a courtesy runner here.
Troy Zaid Diaz.
So Eddie will come in, probably to protect him a little bit. It is really nasty out here right now. The rain coming down, everything's getting soaked, and there'll probably be some puddles starting because you can see the saturation in the dirt, especially from first to second and in between second and third out there on the base pass. Courtesy runner is Patrick Mazzamoro. He was also the courtesy runner for the catcher. Zay Diaz at the plate. Knocks one foul into the backstop. Diaz is 1 for 2. Flied out to center in the first. Doubled, scored a run in the fourth. No balls and a strike. 2 away. Xtreme up 7-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Big curveball that gets out of the hands of Bustle. He releases it high. Sure, it's hard and things slip a lot. I don't see a rosin bag or anything out there, but now Bustle's doing some yard work, kicking the dirt around and away from the mound, digging a hole. I know the umpire went out there and checked things earlier, about an inning or 2 ago, with the mound, making sure it's okay because there was some slipping and sliding of pitchers. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Bustle, he likes to kick out that leg, and then he brings it perpendicular, then he bends it, then he plants it as he throws. Every time he throws, though, you'll see his cap flying off. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Bustle goes straight ahead this time, doesn't kick straight out. Inside on Diaz. Has gray spikes, and he's really, really trying to dig a hole in there, really trying to get some footing. I imagine that rubber out there is pretty slippery with the rain continuously hitting and it being pretty wet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and outside he'll miss. Full count here to Diaz. Diaz really trying to make the pitcher work and not help him out at all. He knows it's tough for a pitcher in this rain. The hitter definitely has the advantage. Mazzamora is at first base. He's the courtesy runner right now for Marshall. He's going on the pitch, and that comes inside, so that'll walk Diaz. And Mazzamora then at second base. Doug Jennings, the head coach for the Xtreme, brings some dry baseballs to the home plate umpire. Definitely got to try and keep everything dry. That'll bring up Logan Cook, an all-star here in the North Division. He'll head to the festivities on July 6th. That's Sunday. Tune in here to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network on YouTube Live. We're going live for the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game from St. Thomas University. 2 down, 2 on here for the Xtreme. Umpires going to the mound with the pitcher and catcher. With 2 outs, the Xtreme have found their way on the base pass via walks. They're checking out the mound. Trying to help out Bustle out there as he's not having an easy time at all. Now a rake's coming out. The Xtreme, they want to help get that mound as good as possible in this rain. We need 5 innings, 5 complete innings to call it a game. Maybe we will call it. Looks like we have called it. Tried to fix the mound. Umpires are saying that's enough. Coaches are looking just to make sure. Xtreme up 7-0. And we'll confirm it right now as everybody comes off of the field as the rain keeps coming down stronger and stronger, and that mound just started getting scary. So 7-0 Xtreme lead. I think we're going to call it completely, but we'll come back in just a minute and update you with all the totals and with exactly what the umpires are saying here. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network. Just coming back real quick to update you. As you can see, they're working on the mound right now. So the game has not been called just yet. We don't have an official complete 5 innings. Just need one more out here in the bottom of the 5th, but the Xtreme do lead 7-0 right now. So the coaches are out here for the Xtreme, raking the mound, throwing on some fresh dirt and trying to dry it off and make it safe for everybody. The Xtreme here in the bottom of the 5th have 2 on with 2 outs. Martinez lined out, Torres struck out. Actually, Cam Rizzi was the first batter at the plate here for the Xtreme. The number 10 hitter tripled and then scored a run. That gave the Xtreme the 7-0 lead. So Torres after striking out, then Marshall walked, Diaz walked. At the plate, it's Logan Cook. So the yard work's been done, and we'll see exactly if it's good enough to finish this game off. So we will take a timeout right now. Just wanted to update you a little bit. The Xtreme lead here in the bottom of the 5th, 7-0. There are 2 on and 2 outs. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League here on YouTube Live. All right, well, thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm sure you were all much drier than we were here today, but it is an official game. We're calling it now, 7-0, the Xtreme win here today. We'll look at some totals here and wrap things up. 3 hits, no runs for the Hooks, 8 hits, 7 runs for the Xtreme. A lot of miscues, but just 1 error apiece for each team. As we look on the Xtreme side, Sean Martinez went 1 for 2, scored 2 runs. Torres 1 for 3 and scored a run. Diaz picked up a hit also here today, scored a run. Cook 1 for 2, drove in a run. Rui behind the plate 1 for 2, and he drove in a run. The same thing, 1 for 2, and he drove in another run. It was great to see Jacob Gomber back on the hill today. He's healthy, 2 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs. Walked 1, struck out 5. Jane came in relief, and he did his job too. He had 5 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. So we're trying to pack things up. You can see quickly that the players are out there putting on the tarp, saying goodbye to everybody, and doing as much as they can to keep this field protected so they can play again tomorrow. So tomorrow there will be a game here as the Xtreme stay at home, take on the Bucks. But for today, they win 7-0 over the Hooks. The Palm Beach Xtreme now 25-3 overall, the best record here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The Fort Lauderdale Hooks overall are now 12-12 and even 500. Tomorrow they head down to North Broward Prep, and they're going to take on the Coconut Creek X team, the team they're tied in 3rd place in the South Division with. So that'll be a big matchup there down in North Broward Prep also. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Boy, it was a doozy, wasn't it? The rain just really played for on both sides as far as at times being very slippery for the pitchers on the mound, and then the miscues in the field. The Xtreme, though, the big 4th inning where they scored 5 runs, 7 total, as the Xtreme win here today, 7-0. Lisa Pride alongside Jacob Kelly. Thank you so much, Jacob, here for helping me out and getting things on the air and keeping everything dry. Boy, that was a challenge here today. The Xtreme wins 7-0 over the Hooks. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Network.